Hey bunny fans, it's Fiona here, the bunny coach, with some top tips to help you make your rabbit feel more comfortable and relaxed during fireworks. In Ireland here today it is Halloween, and also in the UK in a couple of days it's fireworks night. So I wanted to give you my top tips for keeping your animals safe. I have some general tips here that would work for dogs or cats as well as rabbits and guinea pigs. Rabbits are very prone to gut stasis, and I do know people unfortunately who have lost their bunnies due to the fright of the fireworks. And in fact, one of our own bunnies a couple of years ago, who was generally very bomb proof, actually went into gut stasis. Luckily I was able to bring her around from the gut stasis within a couple of hours. But it was just a particularly bad night, and we do get a lot of problems with it here in Ireland. And we also get a lot of people practicing their fireworks in the weeks beforehand, so it's not as if it's even just in one night. There are now some low noise or silent fireworks available, and I'm hoping that they will become more widespread because I really just hate them for the animals. So my first tip is obviously to keep a close eye for signs of stress in any of your pets. If they're stamping or freezing or shaking or not eating, or they're trying to escape, or they're cowering or hiding or panting or not using their litter boxes like they usually do, these are all signs of them being stressed, so be very careful and keep a very close eye on them. Check on them often during times of fireworks. So if your bunnies or your pets normally live outdoors, I would still bring them indoors because you can keep a better eye on them as well. And you're more likely to be able to notice any signs of stress and deal with them promptly. Fortunately, after Halloween or bonfire night, there's always horror stories about pets that have been picked up and abused by people, so it's much better if they're safe where you can see them. So provide a safe hiding place for them. So if you've got a dog or a cat, then creating a fort from blankets or duvets can help muffle the sounds for them. You can also provide boxes for them to hide in, or if you've got a cat, a guinea pig, a rabbit or a small dog, then sometimes a comfortable carrier or crate can be the best thing. That will give them a little bit more extra security as well. But make sure wherever they are is pet proofed, because if they're anxious, they're more likely to choose something unsafe for them, like wires. Some pets may prefer to be beside you and with you for cuddles, so give them lots of reassurance if that's what they need. Another tip that we use here in the Rabbit Room Small Animal Boarding in Dublin as well is to put on some music that really drowns out the sound a lot for them. Something like classical music can be really helpful. We have Lyric FM here in Ireland, and I often put that on for them. There's also pet friendly music on Spotify and YouTube, so there's different playlists for different kinds of animals. And I would quite often use them when I'm bonding as well, because it really does help them to relax and it can help just drown out the fireworks. You can also use anything like meditation music, that can be really good. Another alternative is chat radio, because they quite often like the sound of people talking, and that can be really helpful because it just feels like there's somebody nearby as well. Another tip for you as well is to keep them as busy as possible. So if you can give them a long-lasting treat or something to keep them busy, that can be really helpful as well. You can make cardboard toilet roll tubes. I have a video of that on my YouTube channel. It's Fiona Murphy, the Bunny Coach. Things like Kongs for dogs, and they also do small animal Kongs recently, I discovered as well. They're tiny little ones. You can put treats into them. Other good alternatives are snuffle mats, forage trays, lick mats if you've got a dog, puzzle boards, slow feeders or treat dispensers. All can keep them busy and distracted. Be very aware of lit candles as well. Remember, if your pets suddenly get a fright, they'll run, and they might run into something and cause a fire or hurt themselves. And if your pets aren't normally inside the house, you may not think to lift them out of the way because you're not used to having them in, or they're not used to being in a particular room, for example. So just make sure they're not lit or they're out of reach of your pets as well, that they can't knock them over by accident. Make sure that all your windows and doors are securely closed, and if anybody's coming to the door, before you open it, make absolutely certain that your pets are shut in properly. It might seem a bit obvious, but they can run out the door if they get a fright. And make sure that their microchip is up to date as well and registered properly to the correct owner and the correct address, just in case. Here in Ireland, we don't really microchip our rabbits. It's not really a thing. I know in other countries it is. So hopefully your rabbit is not going to run out the door, but I have known it to happen. So it's important to make sure the microchip is up to date just in case for any of your animals. So do take 5 minutes today just to double check that. Keep celebratory foods such as sweets out of reach of pets because they can be toxic. So Halloween here in Ireland, there's an awful lot of sweets and snacks, and certainly rabbits will help themselves to just about anything. And so will dogs and cats sometimes as well. And it only takes a second for them to get into it as well. And obviously these things can be toxic for them, so keep them well out of their reach. And then finally, if your pet needs extra reassurance or help, there are other options that you can get in your pet shop or your vets that will make a difference. Vets can and will prescribe anti-anxiety meds if your pet is particularly anxious, so that might be worth looking into if you've got a particularly anxious pet. For dogs and cats, you can also get pheromone calming plugins, collars, spot-ons and tablets. And for small pets, you can use Pet Remedy or Rescue Remedy. This is available as a plug-in. It's also available as wipes that you can wipe on your pet as well. And it's also available as a spray that you can spray on blankets or bedding that are in with them when they're keeping cozy and warm, and it'll help them to feel more relaxed and calm as well. And then if you want to go down the herbal or more holistic route, then lavender or chamomile are great as well. These can be fed fresh or dried, and you can often get them in hay mixes or forage mixes in the pet shop or from your hay company as well. So I hope these tips have really helped you. I hope you have a lovely Halloween night and that your pets are safe and well, and I will see you guys soon.